Welcome to all the E-Type Club members and E-Type Jaguar enthusiasts. I've had a lot of questions about the car on YouTube and through the club magazine, the E-Type Club magazine. And there's a gentleman in Sweden called Torkel who's been writing to me quite a bit. He's sent me a few emails, and he has some problems with the bumpers. And so what I thought I'd do is go over what I did and see if I can help a few people out with it. So I'll have to pick the camera up because I need to show you certain things. You'll have to excuse the condition the car is in. It's pretty dusty because I've been working on this woodwork over here, and so it's quite dusty, but tomorrow it's going out for a big clean-up. So I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you, talk all the things that I was talking about, and how important it is to get these bumpers kind of set up right, and I'll just talk you through it, and anybody else that it can help. So I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you what we're doing. So the first thing is, you can see there that they're lined up really quite nicely, and they're nice and straight on the body line. And you can see here, unfortunately, as I said, it's a bit dusty, but you can see there that it's right up against the body line all the way along. And this is why it's so important. I'll go around the other side. I'm not sure if it's the front or the back ones that you're doing, but it's really important that you get this body line. So if you're restoring the car, if you haven't restored it, I don't know what to do, what to say, but if you've restored it yourself, you should always put the bumpers on as you're doing the bodywork so that the line is accurate all the way around. This car had basically everything. The bottom 25% of this car is all brand new, everything. The front scoop and so on. So even with that front scoop on, it didn't matter too much because it's under here and there's a gap here. I'll pull the lift up, but you can see on the top that it's all the way along that. And the tricky bit is this piece in here. Go around that little overrider and there. But as you can see, it's a nice fit all the way along. And what you're saying about the rubbers, I do understand that they are very difficult to fit on, and you can't glue them on. You've got to, basically, like I said, you need to, let me lift this ramp up a little bit, and then I can show you the underneath I was talking about. Just help. That should be enough. Okay, so you can see there, basically what's happening is the rubber's being pinched on by this bodywork all the way along. And this is what I was talking about with the spacers. And you can see in there, I hope you can see in there, maybe, there's a lead spacer in there, and the body shape of that lead spacer is for the body shape of the car. So you can imagine it's kind of curved, and that's how these sit straight. So like I said, the first thing to do, and you can see in here, well, you can see it again, there it is, it's like a lead, it's not lead, it's made of metal, but they're specially spaced out, and they come from S&G Barrett. So the first thing is to get this spacers and get all the bits correct. So get somebody to hold it up, you bolt it up, make sure it's all in line, and then you can do the rubbers. If you try to put the rubber on beforehand, it will just keep falling off, and it's the same with these rubbers here. You can see here, it's the same situation. You can see again, there's that spacer in there. You need that or it won't sit straight. Yeah, basically hold them up and get somebody to keep them straight, and then see how much spacers you need behind it and so on and so forth. And then put on the rubber once it's starting to get a bit tighter. And again, you can see here, here's a slightly different situation. They can bolt straight on to the body, but you still need bits of spacers and so on and so forth. But it should sit like that. It should nip against the body, and if it doesn't, there's something wrong. You can see, if I clean that, you can see that it's right on that edge. So basically, as this rubber's going in, it's forcing it on against this as it tightens up on the bolt. If you have a gap here, I don't know what to say to you. These are the original bumpers that I got with the car when I restored it, and I had them completely re-chromed. But again, you can see they're very straight. You know, this is what makes or break a car where it looks awful. Actually, that looks like it's on square. Saying that, yeah. So it really is important to get these as square as you possibly can. Otherwise, they just look awful. You know, this, as I say, this makes or breaks a restoration. And if you're having trouble, I don't really know what to say to you. If there's too big a gap for that size of rubber, either the bumpers are wrong or the body line is wrong. And as I say, these were the original ones. I just had them re-chromed. Fortunately, they weren't dented or knocked around, but they were very potted and pitted and rusty. Anyway, so I hope that's of some help, but you really need two people for this job. And if you're going to put this one on the fuel tank side, really put it on before you put the tank in, because it's a real bugger to get to. It can be done, but it's a bit of a struggle, and it's a struggle as it is anyway. So make life easier and put the one on the other side is no issue, because it's easy once the boards are out. Anyway, so I hope that helps, Torkel. You know, you just have to kind of live with it a little bit. But you can see, if you see there on the edge of that rubber, that's about the same size as you had. You can see that looks like it's only half on, but unfortunately that's the way they sit. Anyway, I hope this is some help. Anyway, take care, and if you've got any other issues or any problems, just drop me a line on Dave Jaguar 66, and I'll see if I can help. I'm no expert, but I'll certainly try and help if I can. So anyway, so bye for now. Take care.